Good morning, friends. We continue this morning in our reading of the book of Job. Please do take a moment to post a greeting, share comments. Let us know that you are here with us, and thank you for being with us. And I also encourage you to hit the like button on this video. And if you've not done so yet, subscribe to the channel. Job. So we are starting chapter 25 this morning. Here's the big picture. 25? Let's make sure I'm right. I think I am. Yep, I am. 25. So we are still in this longest section of Job by far, chapters 3 through 37. Job and his friends. We're nearing a transition point. There's three parts to this bigger section. There's this ongoing interaction between Job and the friends that goes from chapter 3 through chapter 28. We're in chapter 25. We'll soon be coming up on the last words of Job in this conversation. That's chapters 29 through 31. And then we'll get to meet Elihu. But for now, chapter 25, we continue in this portion here of this ongoing conversation between Job and his friends. Let's pull up the reading windows. I will be reading from the left-hand column, which is the Complete Jewish Bible. The right-hand column has the text as found in the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition. There will be some moments where I will use the right-hand column to explain the differences in traditional language between Jewish tradition and Christian tradition. Not so much here. First Kings, we've also been reading through, and that's fairly common that there's differences here. There's not a whole lot here. I can see one. Tzuchi, Shuhite. Just different names for a people. But similar. Good morning, Linda. Okay. I think I might have said that before, but I didn't clear it, so I'd rather say good morning twice than forget. Okay, let's read. Chapter 25, at the opening verse. Bildad the Suchi said, Dominion and fear belong to him. He makes peace in his high places. Can his armies be numbered? On whom does his light not shine? How then can humans be righteous with God? How can these born of women be clean? Why, before him even the moon lacks brightness. How much less a human who is merely a maggot, a mortal who is only a worm? Then Job replied, "What great help you bring to the powerless! What deliverance to the arm without strength! Such wonderful advice for a man lacking wisdom. So much common sense you've expressed. Who helped you to say these words? Whose spirit is it coming forth from you? The ghosts of the dead tremble beneath the water with its creatures. Sheol is naked before him. Abaddon lies uncovered. He stretches the north over chaos and suspends the earth on nothing. He binds up the water in his thick clouds, yet no cloud is torn apart by it. He shuts off the view of his throne by spreading his cloud across it. Interesting. There's a fair amount of difference in those verses side by side, isn't there? Verse 9. In the right hand, he covers the face of the full moon and spreads over it his cloud. Full moon throne? Interesting. He fixed a circle on the surface of the water, defining the boundary between light and dark. The pillars of heaven tremble aghast at his rebuke. He stirs up the sea with his power, and by his skill he strikes down Rahab. With his spirit he spreads the heavens. His hand pierces the fleeing serpent. And these are but the fringes of his waves. How faint the echo we hear of him. But who is able to grasp the meaning of his thundering power? Job continued in his speech. I swear by the living God, who is denying me justice, and by Shaddai, Almighty, the Almighty. It's a shortened version of the Hebrew name of God, El Shaddai, God Almighty, the God Almighty. I swear by the living God who is denying me justice, and by Shaddai, who deals with me so bitterly. that as long as my life remains in me and God's breath is in my nostrils, my lips will not speak unrighteousness, or my tongue utter deceit. Far be it from me to say you are right. I will keep my integrity till the day I die. I hold to my righteousness, I won't let it go. My heart will not shame me as long as I live. May my enemies meet the doom of the wicked, my foe the fate of the unrighteous. For what hope does the godless have from his gain when God takes away his life? Will God hear his cry when trouble comes upon him? Will he take delight in Shaddai and always call on God? I am teaching you how God uses his power, not hiding what Shaddai is doing. Look, you all can see for yourselves. Why are you talking such empty nonsense? This is God's reward for the wicked man, the heritage oppressors receive from Shaddai. If his sons become many, they go to the sword, and his children never have enough to eat. Those of his who remain are buried by plague, and their widows do not weep. Even if he piles up silver like dust and stores away clothing in mounds like clay, he may collect it, but the just will wear it, and the upright divide up the silver. He builds his house weak as a spider's web, as flimsy as a watchman's shack. He may lie down rich, but his wealth yields nothing. When he opens his eyes, it isn't there. Terrors overtake him like a flood. At night, a whirlwind steals him away. The east wind carries him off, and he's gone. It sweeps him far from his place. Yes, it hurls itself at him, sparing nothing. He does all he can to flee from its power. People clap their hands at him in derision and hiss at him out of his home. There are mines for silver in places where gold is refined, iron is extracted from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore. Miners conquer the darkness and dig as far in as they can. To the ore in gloom and deep darkness. There where no one lives. They break open a shaft. The feet passing over are oblivious to them. Far from people, suspended in space, they swing to and fro. We're going to pause there. Yeah, we're going to pause there. Verse 5, chapter 28. That's where we will pick up the next time that we read from Job. So, yeah, wow. 28? Yeah, that's right. 28, chapter 5, 28, verse 5. All right, friends. In a moment, in another line, we'll pray morning prayer together. Good morning, Anthony. See you in a few moments for a morning prayer on another line.